Why do financial planners keep running red lights? Stay tuned.
From Philadelphia, the home of the Liberty Bell, Financial Freedom Radio starts now. Here's your host, Raymond Jewell.
Was that intro catchy enough for you, Steve?
I liked it, Ray. It was very good. I enjoyed that.
How was your weekend,
It was
producer
good.
Steve?
It was good, Uncle Ray. How are you? Did you have a good weekend?
I'm
Did you do anything
great.
exciting?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. You're talking to a retired guy. I don't do anything exciting anyway.
I spent my weekend
Well,
cleaning my
I
attic.
went bungee jumping and skydiving, and
Hey, there are people older than
no,
you doing that.
I know that's what really embarrasses me. So you're going to love this, and this is a rant, and I apologize because I know I said that we were going to go over the product life insurance, and we'll do that next week. But one of the things that I need to get off my chest is why so many financial planners keep running stop signs, running red lights. And, I was sitting down and watching a TV ad, and I went, how many times does a financial planner need to witness financial failure before they get it? And, today we're going to go into a little political, but it's about financial political information. And so I've got a lot of background here, Steve. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know what's causing that. I was just going to say that if you're going to get political, we need to be careful.
Okay. So anyway, before I get into this, please like, share, and ring the bell. If you like these podcasts or these video podcasts, you can like, share, and ring the bell. That's important because then you'll get notified when something happens. So we want to talk about why all these financial planners need to keep running all these stoplights. They get so many warnings, but they keep running the stoplights. And so many people are retiring and they're hurting right now, especially with the coronavirus that is keeping people inside. A lot of people have retired and they're outliving their wealth and they're having to go to work and now they can't do it. And it's because these financial planners dropped the ball and the financial institutions dropped the ball. And so we're calling them out today, no matter who they are, unless they're using a macroeconomic leap model, then they're not treating their clients properly, and they should. So let's talk about what the stoplights are. What are these stop signs that keep happening? People working longer in retirement. That is a crime. These are supposed to be our golden years, and yet they end up becoming the rusty years. Why are people working longer in retirement? Sorry. It's awful. And now with the coronavirus, they have no income because the financial institutions didn't tell them where the eroding factors were. They continue to promote products and not process. Another of the stoplights is people having losses and having to start over. We saw last week what happens when we start over, and the difference between age 25 and 45. And if you don't remember it, we're going to queue up a brief part of the video last week and go into it, and you'll see the difference that 20 years makes. If you start at 25 and then if you don't get a start early and then you start later, what that cost you. So Steve, if you can cue that up, I would appreciate it. Let's put 1% management fees, and there's fees hidden in everything you could imagine, and that diminishes down our dollars. And we could go into consumer risk, we could go into other risk, but let's do a what if. What if you didn't start this till you were age 45? look at how much you lost. We went from 1.3 million down to 332,000. We lost $1 million because we started 20 years too late. And that exponential curve that we look at that is showing the growth of our money has a lot of peaks and valleys as it goes up, but we're only allowed to get it from 45 instead of age 25. So this is important. The takeaway that you want to take away from it, takeaway is the takeaway. Thanks, Steve. So you start later, you end up with less. People aren't told that. And I know that when we're young, we feel like we're financially immortal, but we need to be taught. We need to teach clients and teach people as financial professionals that you need to start early and maintain a solid program. But that's not, because there's so much focus on selling product and getting commissions. And that's not allowing taxes or inflation or lost opportunity cost or any other of the eroding factors that we've been talking about in these past sessions. And now you can see how drastic they can be if you think you're going to have X later on and you don't. You're wondering why. You're scratching your head wondering why you have to be a greeter in Walmart. Now, I'm not saying anything against greeters in Walmart, please. But it's a job people have to take. Number one, retirees like to keep busy. But wouldn't it be nice to volunteer your time? Instead, keeping busy means they're earning an income. And right now, they're not. So the public is well, let me back up. I submit to you that the reason they don't work in the interest of the consumer is because it's not politically correct. The reason why these financial people are not working in your interest is because it's not politically correct for them. They have to follow the 4 rules of the financial institutions. Get your money, get it on a systematic and ongoing basis, hang on to it for as long as possible and give it back as little as possible. If they violate that, they don't know what to do. If they leave and depart from those 4 rules, they don't know how to make a living because they don't understand how to explain to you where there's no inefficiencies or where there are inefficiencies and how to correct them. They don't understand that. So if you're listening to some high profile financial guy and they're trying to get you to follow their program and they're not talking about the eroding factors and inefficiencies, then you need to stop listening to them. And if you're listening to this and you learn several things, look for financial inefficiencies and how to reverse them. And when you reverse them, you put them to growth. If your financial person is not following the LEAP process, they don't understand this. So the public is so conditioned to thinking that the financial people have the answer, and they've heavily brainwashed people. They brainwashed us into thinking that what they're doing is right. And these high profile people publish all these articles and they end up getting people to follow them. And I'm not mentioning names, but you guys know who I'm talking about. You see them all over the place. Excuse me, but when I go on a rant, my throat gets a little crazy.
It always seems like
excuse me.
a lot of the financial planners have an agenda, and that agenda serves their interest more than it serves yours.
Yeah. You know, these high profile financial writers and planners have cost people more money, but yet they keep doing it. And it's tragic.
Because
So
people
the
keep buying it.
stoplight, they don't know any other way. And you're right. They keep buying into a losing strategy. And you know, the stoplights are there, Steve. But neither the public or the professional people are aware of them. The professionals don't point them out because they don't know, and the public doesn't know because they don't do due diligence, and they don't know what to do the due diligence looking for. So today, I tell you about a way to get it right. We're going to get it right, and financial people will try to discredit it, and uh, some will believe it, some will discredit it. But here's the question: if they are right, why are so many constantly losing money, having to work longer, and outliving their wealth? If they're right and I'm wrong, why are so many people losing money? Our clients don't. They get to see it all. They get to see all the inefficiencies in a macro model and see where the problems are and not make them. But if all these people are right, why are so many outliving their wealth, having to work longer, and not enjoying their retirement years?
It always seems
Why
like the
can't they?
financial planners are blaming. They'll never admit they made a mistake. It's always like, "Oh, you did something wrong. If you had done what I said and only what I said." But that's not the world people live in.
Yeah. But the point is, they don't know uh, how to protect against erosion, financial erosion. They don't understand that. So the market goes down, and what do? They blame the consumer for giving, you gave me your money to work with. I know you found this humorous when I said it before, Steve, but we give our money to people we don't know
You're right.
in our 401ks, our IRAs, our SEPs, whatever it is. We give them money to manage, and we don't know them. If our brother-in-law came up and said, I've got this great place to put your money, you'd laugh him out of the room.
Right.
But yet you'll give somebody you've never even met and don't even know and haven't talked to a whole lot money, and they manage it and they lose it. And then they go, well, you gave us the money. So you've got to, as a consumer, the consumer has to accept the risk going up and coming down. Now, obviously, there's no risk going up, and any investor looks like a genius. Excuse me, when it's going up. When it's coming down and people lose, then they try to, not my fault.
It's always the blame game.
Yeah. So I've had intense discussions with people from financial institutions, and they try to defend losing strategies. How do you defend against a losing strategy? When you say to them, why did you overlook taxes? Why did you overlook inflation? Why did you overlook lost opportunity costs? Why did you overlook propensity to consume? Why did you overlook planned obsolescence? Why did you overlook fees, charges, and lawsuits? Why did you overlook technological change? Why did you overlook market fluctuation? So when I ask these questions, they can't answer them, but they get so defensive and make me out the bad guy because they've spent tons of money to promote their world, that when somebody comes in to attack it, they get extremely defensive and start fighting, and you're fighting to discredit me. It's just like the government. I don't care what political party you're from. The president comes in, he's an outsider, and all these people are swamp people, are bubble people. They live in this bubble. And outside of the bubble comes a guy who's sticking pins in it. And they're going, wait a minute, you're busting my bubble. I don't like that. So I'm going to call you out and I'm going to say everything you do is a bad move and everything we do is the right thing. Well, if it's been so right all these years, why is the country in the position it's in? And why are all these people trying to defend losing strategies? So that's my political side of the rant.
I was going to say, let that end right there.
So, how do you argue against facts? But they do it. And if you manage to listen to my rant today, the question is, why do all these financial planners keep running these stop signs and stoplights? And why do they put you in peril financially? They get their commissions and off they go. So I'm going to wind down for today, and we'll pick up life insurance as a product and how to coordinate it, integrate it with your whole financial picture next week. I want to thank you all for coming. And by the way, if you can't find a LEAP practitioner, that's LEAP, Lifetime Acceleration Economic Process, in your area that you want to work with, if you'll go to my calendar, raymondjewell.com/meet, and set up a time, I'll meet with you and I'll find one for you. Because you should be working with a LEAP practitioner to make sure you're doing the right thing. And they're all over the country. There's a lot of them. But the financial world, those people don't like us because we show you how to win. And we don't push products, we push process. Take care. God bless. Have a great week. And we'll see you back here at financialfreedomradio.com next week.
Thanks for listening. Please remember to subscribe to the podcast. If you want to learn how to create real sustainable wealth like the extremely rich people do, or maybe you just want to sustain the wealth you already have, you need to check out Dr. Ray's new book, Why the Rich Are Rich. Ray's been coaching clients for 35 years and has completely unlocked the secret strategies that rich people use day in and day out to grow and sustain their wealth regardless of what's going on in the economy. His book is completely free, and you can get it by going to whythericharerich.com and entering your email address. Again, that's whythericharerich.com. Head over there now.